Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be working on the T5 again. We're going to get the first part of carpet lining in, and we're going to get the insulation in also. So let's go have a look. Okay, so the carpet line we're going for is this anthracite carpet that we've got from Harrison Trim Supplies. I'll leave a link in the description below for you to go check that out also. It's a easy liner, so it's got a stretch in it, and what this will help us do is get around those curves etc in the van to be able to carpet line and make it look presentable. So let's get some cutting done and start getting some sticking. So first off, we're going to cut out some carpet for the rear door aperture. We'll need 3 bits in total for this. I want to pull off the rubber trims and also remove the lock stays for the doors at the top there. So we want to be spraying both the metalwork and the back of the carpet so that they both adhere to each other. You can then cut and tidy your holes for access to get those door catches back into position. Refit the lock fixings. Once in, you can then work the rest of the carpet around the door aperture and tidy away. So you can now take a Stanley blade and cut the carpet flush with where the rubber sits for the doors. So, carpet lining. I like to carpet the panels and put them on. I don't like to put them on and carpet the whole wall. If you ever need to get behind this wall, you'll be pulling away all your carpet. Whereas with this way, you can just remove the panel. So, a way that I know I'm getting my bare metal carpeted past the panel, I'll draw around it. So I know when I remove it, I can see my draw line. I know it's black, but you can see it here, my draw line. So this line, I'll continue this all the way down. And then I know when I'm carpeting from the outside here, I know I want to end the carpet inside. If I end it past it, the panel can live on it. So that's what I'm going to do for the panels. Yes, I could just put the panels in and carpet them all in one piece, but for me that's not the way. So off comes the sliding door rubber and in comes the carpeting. So once again, we'll put the spray glue to both the panel and the carpet, pushing the carpet up against the panel, working it into the creases, and then you're able to trim away your excesses. Fortunately, I've got myself a full one side panel for the driver's side. This is good because it leaves no joins, and also good because I can now cut out the window area, leave the curtain exposed, but be able to hide the curtain rail. Leaving curtain rails on view is a bit of a pet hate of mine. I don't think there's a need for it. So this quad panel is going to serve 2 purposes for us. We're going to have no joins and we're also going to be able to hide the curtain track. So we're going to mark it out now, and then I can see where I need to carpet past, so the ply panel can sit over it. With regards to cutting out the window, what I want to be doing is checking where the ply finishes on the edge of the wall, and then I can take my measurements without the ply panel in there and transfer them to this board. So when this is in place, this board I can see is right up in tight here and here. So now I know I can take this board away, measure into where I'm happy for me to be able to cut out and expose the window, but at the same time leaving enough to not expose the curtain tracks. So we're back in with more carpet lining to cover the exposed metal work. We want to work this so that we don't have any metal work showing once we put those ply panels to the faces. Okay, let's talk about insulation. The biggest topic in the camper van build on social media anywhere. Do's, don'ts, what you can use, what you can't use. This is what we're going to use for the T5 camper. Tried and tested. Dial, recycled plastic, insulation. Pound for pound for me, best installation available. It's cheap enough at £22 a roll. You get 6 meters, 100 millimeter thick, and 370 wide. As I say, for me, the pound for pound. Yes, there is a lot of products out there you can use, but this is what we're going to use in our T5. So let's get it opened and get it stuck to some walls. So roll out your insulation, spray the glue to the wall, and then pop the insulation in. There should be enough adhesive there to hold it in position, and once the ply panel goes in, you won't have any problems. Work the insulation into all the holes and crevices. That will help insulate the van further and keep the temperature more controlled. I bought 3 rolls of this. I had some left over, so 3 rolls for a short wheelbase T5 or the like is plenty on this. Sorry about the light, it's getting dark now, isn't it? So that's the insulation installed into the walls, the back doors. Okay, let's talk curtains or blinds. For this build we're going to go with curtains just purely because of the budget. We'd go for the van shades really if we did have a better budget for the T5, but we don't, unfortunately. So what we've gone with is clear-cut conversions curtains. So let's take a look and see what we get. So for the curtains, we've got the back doors here, we've got the sliding door on opposite, and you can tell by these rails that they're pre-bent already, and they're black as well, which is a nice finish for us, even though you're barely going to see them when we've done our panelling. And this type of rail for me is a much better system than the others you know from Van X, just purely because they're pre-bent, they're a nicer shape, and they make for a nice finish. So let's go get these installed, and we'll show you what tools we're going to need as well to tackle those baby screws that you use. Let's have a quick talk about the tools. So these are the baby screws that you get. You've probably seen them before. They are super small, and that is a tight crosshead on there. So the bit that you want to use is a PH1 bit. I don't know if that's going to come out, but it's a PH1, and that will fit in lovely. So when you're screwing down, that's going to really help keeping that screw head really good when you get down below. So we also want to use a 2mm drill bit. Anything bigger than a 2mm is not going to hold the screw, and anything smaller is potentially going to cause this to have a problem getting into the metal. So 2mm drill bit is ideal. Go steady with your drilling because the bit is only 2mm and they are prone to snapping if they do get caught up. Once your rails are fitted, you can then feed in your curtains. There's end caps also that feed on, and they're screwed into place to stop the curtains coming out. And there we go, just like that. Curtains installed. That's a job ticked off the list before we add the ply panels that cover all our access to be able to get the curtains installed. So that's a win. Let's get this insulation on the roof, get some carpeting finished off, and then we can get these ply panels done, get them installed, and have this starting looking a bit more like a cosy place to be. So we're on to everyone's favourite, carpet in the arches. They're not too difficult. You just got to work the carpet, stretch it where it needs to be stretched, fix it where it needs to be fixed, and make sure you've got no creases. Time and care is the winner for this one. So the biggest thing with carpeting your ply panels is to make sure you carpet the right side. There's nothing worse than having to try and pull it all off to carpet the other. So now we're on to cutting out the window frame. I've taken the measurements and put them onto the board, and I'll make the first cut. Okay, so I've done a small cut. You see the lines on the outside of where it's going to finish. What I am going to do is measure from the floor up to make sure that these lines are going to be parallel, because the last thing we want is a window frame looking drunk. But if we go and take a closer look, I want to make sure that when I cut this line that I'm not seeing the rail, and the height of that, where the rail is ideal. The top is probably a little close for my liking. I may put this top down another 10mm. Inside is absolutely fine either end. So yeah, I'll get the tape measure, make sure these lines are all at the same height, and then we can do the final cut. That'll do a turn. So now we can get this carpeted, get it fixed in. How good does that look? A nice frame now around our curtains, hiding the rail, looking a lot smarter. We can now concentrate on getting this floor in. So we've got both the sides sorted. The doors are not worried about. And doors can be done anytime. What this means now is we can get a floor in. So we'll be showing you in the next video how we fit that, making up strips, securing those strips to the floor, and then putting the floor down on top of then our outro flooring. So that's coming up in the next upload. Okay, so for the ceiling what I'm going to use is some 10mm closed cell foam. It's got a silver face on the front, on the back you peel away, and it's got a sticky surface. I've got 10 meters of it by about 320mm I think wide. So we'll get that laid up, cut it where it needs to, and get that into the ceiling now. So what I'm doing here is adding a layer of adhesive to act as a bonding agent between the ceiling and the insulation that's going to go in. So to finish up, I covered all the joins with aluminium tape. Okay, and that's it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed the content. Do hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel below, and we'll catch you on the next one. The next upload will be on the flooring. We're going to be installing a new floor, and we're also going to be installing outro flooring. It's a hard-wearing flooring, so do look out for that one too. We've still got lots to come up on this build. We've also still got the Carmen, Missouri to do, so plenty coming forwards. Once again, thanks for watching. We'll catch you soon.